It's Cars for Christmas, powered by CFM Distributors, your York heating and air conditioning distributor, and 101 The Fox. Now, here's Slacker.
We are back once again with a full house, helping out folks this holiday season. It is our Cars for Heroes Christmas event, and we've mentioned this throughout this entire time of bringing these stories to you that we couldn't do it without so many great people, mostly you guys who listened this morning, who have donated vehicles, donated cars, donated cash, that kind of thing that helps us give the vehicles after we repair them, make sure they're in good working order, to individuals in need. And some of our committee members and longtime partners are joining us once again in the studio. From CFM Distributors, please welcome back Miss Kelly Hill.
Good morning, Slacker.
The lovely Alyssa and Sarah from Shamrock Roofs are back again this morning. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
The gentleman at your side is Max Floyd, the legendary broadcaster, the general, and Army veteran himself. Welcome back, sir.
I am real hungry.
Are you?
And you didn't bring any?
Well, Alyssa and Sarah said they were bringing stuff.
You know what I want for Christmas?
Your two front teeth.
A creeper.
Really? Why?
What's that creeper?
You know, the mechanics go into the car.
Oh, I love
those
those.
things.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want it fully. I wanted padded on the head.
Yeah.
And I want a creeper, and I want to put Rick the goat on it. And pull it down.
Did you ever get your goat, by the way?
No, I didn't get my goat, but I'm going to get
She's
the
bringing
creeper
it.
first.
She'll be at the event on the 21st.
I want the creeper and the goat, and then I'll be set for Christmas.
All right, I know what to get you.
Shannon?
I think so. I'll call over.
You
Garen
got
at
I know you
Shamrock.
got a creeper. I
think Garen's got some goats in his backyard. Maybe we can have him bring one over at the event.
I've lost control. The man who started this thing some 30 years ago is Terry Franz. We lovingly refer to him as the Car Santa. Santa, welcome back.
Thank you, Slacker.
We mentioned donations because that is the fuel, the energy that propels this organization into helping those who have served our country, those in need. And for those listening who would like to help out, how can they do that?
You can go to heroes.org. If you've got something to donate, cars, boats, trucks, motorcycles, RVs, I can turn things into another vehicle if we've got something to work with. If you don't have a vehicle, we've got PayPal on there. We can always use money, and we can purchase cars or fix cars. We're not getting the donations we got many years ago when we started this, just because of the economy and things out there. So anytime you can help, and I do want to thank, there's been about 4 or 5 businesses that have stepped up and made us their Christmas project at their businesses and have donated, and it's been a few $1,000s, so it isn't just minor money, but they got together with all their employees, pitched in, and sent us a check so that we can repair more vehicles. So appreciate that. And if you can help us out, go to our website.
All right. Well, we've got a story that Jillian had put a file together for us. It is about Kassie.
It is, and Kassie has a pretty long story, and I'm not gonna read the whole story that she had submitted, but just to kind of put it in a nutshell, is Kassie's been without transportation. She has a car that hasn't run for 3 or 4 years, so it does no good but sit out in front of her house. But she had her mother that helped her for many years, but her mother passed away last August. She has a son, Jace, that's 8 years old, and he is confined full-time to a wheelchair. She has an older daughter that's 19 that just moved out, so it's just her and Chase. But he has 3 to 4 appointments at Children's Mercy Hospital that they have to get rides to, and so she has to ask people to come pick them up and take them to their appointments, and it's not easy to find. Anybody that's been in that situation knows that people want to help. Not everybody can. Really what she needs is, she's willing to, if she had a car, she said, I'll pick him up and put him in the car, and we'll figure out how to transport him. But really what she needs is a van with this wheelchair accessible. I thought we'd call her, and she is struggling. There's no Christmas for these families. There's no extra help, so we're going to try to do some other things, but I thought we'd call her and just get it from her on what her struggles are and see if we can help her out.
All right. Well, when we return, we're going to be calling Kassie and see if we can't help her out this holiday season as our Military Monday, as our Cars for Heroes Christmas event continues.
Cars for Christmas will be right back. We're back with Cars for Christmas, powered by CFM Distributors, your York heating and air conditioning distributor, on 101 The Fox. Now, here's Slacker.
If you're just joining us, we're in the studio with Kelly Hill from CFM Distributors, Alyssa and Sarah from Shamrock Roof, Bailey, Max Floyd, the Rock and Roll General, and Car Santa. We're going to give Kassie a call this morning to see if we can't find out a little bit more information.
Hello?
Hello, Kassie?
Yes.
Hi, this is Slacker from 101 The Fox. I'm in the studio with our Cars for Heroes committee, and we were hoping we could ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
Good morning, Kassie. This is Terry.
Good morning.
I talked to you the other day, and I told them a little bit about your story. Apparently, you have a special needs child, and you're having to deal with getting him transported to Children's Mercy and some other things. You know, our committee doesn't always understand. I have, for a lot of years, helped people with some challenges. But why don't you tell us what life is like as you're raising Chase, and how your transportation's working?
Having Jace is really difficult. He isn't mobile on his own at all. If he isn't in the wheelchair, like, he can, the only thing that he can do to move around is just basically like have his legs out to the side and scoot. Anymore, his back, because he also has scoliosis, it just doesn't even allow him to do that. So basically, when he's not in his wheelchair, he's, up on his bed watching SpongeBob. SpongeBob is his thing. I don't think he would survive without SpongeBob. But when it comes to, like, being out and about, we have to basically cancel a lot, because right now we're just using my mom's SUV, which she passed away in late August. But my daughter usually has that car. It doesn't have a hatch that opens anyway. So, like, we got to get his wheelchair in and out through the back seat, which is so hard. And I myself, I have heart failure. So, like, by the time we get down to the doctor's appointment and get him in and out of the wheelchair, like, I'm out of breath. It's crazy, actually.
Well, it sounds like you got an awful lot of struggles going on.
We do, but, I mean, we're making it, and it could be worse, so.
always the optimist. I know it's got to be very difficult. I know you're probably on limited income and can't work, being you got a child that's full-time, you have to take care of him. But how's your Christmas going right now?
Well, to be honest, like, for the last couple of Christmases, we've kind of did like a family thing, like, focused on more spending time. I haven't really been able to buy for my family too much. It's been rough, and it's something that I wouldn't want, thinking of, like, Christmas stuff like that. For the last few years, it's just been a struggle trying to buy what I want to be able to buy for the kids. But my daughter, she's 18, so she understands, and Jace, he doesn't really understand the whole concept of Christmas. So I guess I get it a little bit easier when it comes to that, but it is rough.
Kassie, it sounds like what you need is a very specified type of vehicle so that you can truly help your son. Let me ask the girls here this morning. Girls, what do you think we could help her out with?
I think we should definitely get her a wheelchair-accessible vehicle. Yeah, I agree.
Well, Kassie, on December 21st in Overland Park, we have an event that we help about a dozen people with transportation. And in talking to all the girls and Max Floyd this morning, we've decided we're going to give you a van with a wheelchair accessible.
Oh my God, that would help greatly. Just thank you so much.
Well, I'm sure it will, and I can't imagine the struggles you're going through. It's one thing to need a car and not be able to transport, but you got a whole nother world going on there that I'm sure is very difficult to function in. So we'll be happy to help you, and we're going to send you home with a minivan that is accessible, that you can just wheel him right in and strap him down, and we can go.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Kassie, on behalf of all of the listeners at 101 The Fox, the folks at Shamrock Roofing and CFM Distributors, we want to say thank you and wish you a Merry Christmas. If you can hang on a second, we need to get some information to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well, I can tell you what, we've done this so many times before with people like this. Kassie's got to be an extremely strong woman. She's just not just looking for transportation, but to deal with a sick child that you can't get places, or they can't go to school, or they can't function. And I can guarantee you, 30 minutes after she's realized what it is we've just said to her, the tears are going to flow. I'll get a phone call that says, is this for real? And you got to be an awfully strong woman to go through everything she goes through in a day. And trust me, out of all the years I've done this, nothing hits my heart more than a mother with a sick child. Nobody has more fear than, how do I get my kid to the doctor if I need to? What happens? I can't get him she can't get down the road. So it's an ambulance is what they have to do if a big problem. And that's why some of our reaction isn't, oh boy, big emotions like we hear sometimes. Believe me, I can see what's going on in our world right now, and I can't think of somebody more deserving than to take that stress off and help her raise her kid.
Well, and the emotions are running high here because, Alyssa, this strikes pretty close home for you.
Sorry.
You know, it is about the idea of giving. I mean, that's what this whole concept of helping people really began as. When Car Santa and Max Floyd and Tana and Larry Moffat started giving away vehicles to help out families in need, it has grown to this event that has, for thousands of families, been touched with something that is as simple as transportation. It's not fancy transportation. It's reliable, simple transportation. And for those who are listening who would like to donate a vehicle, and sometimes I get it, you don't have vehicles to donate, but maybe you have the money that you would like to donate to help us buy vehicles, help us repair the vehicles. Maybe you're planning on doing something as a family. Maybe you just want to come down and shake the hands of many of these folks that you've been hearing stories of that are veterans at Shamrock Roofing on December 21st. Our friend Kelly Hill from CFM Distributors and many of her team will be joining us there. There's a lot of things that are happening. We just want to put everybody into the spirit of the Christmas season to join us. And if you would like to help, Santa, how can they do that?
They can go right to our website, cars4heroes.org. Big event at Christmas. It's our biggest. It's our 27th year of doing this, but we do this every week. Don't think it stops just right after Christmas. We go on every week on the Slacker Morning Show. Every Military Mondays we help out. Christmas we open it up to everybody, like people like Kassie. But trust me, if you come to one of our events and you see, and like she says, well, her son really doesn't understand Christmas. They understand. When you see Michael Bergen standing there with toys and you see a big smile on their face, they get it. It's just they're not used to getting anything, so there's no expectations in their world.
You know, and anybody listening that who might want to be joining us, that little boy loves SpongeBob.
Yeah,
so bring
go.
some SpongeBob stuff, whether it's a stuffy or something, to share with him. That would be great. We've got lots of stories. We've got a few surprises as well. And we will be back with the Cars for Heroes Committee. For Kelly Hill from CFM Distributors, Alyssa and Sarah from Shamrock Roofs, Max Floyd, the Rock and Roll General, the Car Santa, Bailey, myself. Guys, thanks.
Thanks, Slacker.
you.
Happy holidays from Slacker.
You are the Christmas guy.
Merry Christmas! 101 The Fox.